Saturday night out in Singapore, the co-main event. It's time to talk about it. You got Tyson Pedro, who comes in as -130 favorite, versus OSP, who, believe it or not, guys, is coming in as the underdog. He's about a +100, +110. Make sure you shop for the right price. All right, Dan, Tom, tell me, what goes down in the co-main event of Singapore's UFC Fight Night 132? I expect a really, really great fight here.
It's a tricky one. You know, you have two of the more athletic guys, despite almost 10 years difference in age, I should say. They're both two of the more athletic guys that light heavyweight has to offer. They're also opportunists, which can make it kind of tricky to forecast. Now, I initially was siding with the odds makers as far as Tyson Pedro being the favorite. He could very well win this. He's getting better each time out. We see him developing new skills, but OSP is a really tough challenge. He's hard to take down. Once you take him down, he's hard to keep down, and he also has great power in the feet, whether he's coming forward or countering. I'm actually going to side with the more experienced man in OSP slightly to take a hard-fought decision, but I would not be surprised to see Tyson Pedro surprise us all with some new skills.
All right. I think the best thing that ever happened to OSP is actually that fight that he had versus John Jones. I think he learned a lot by about himself, and I think a lot of fighters learn a lot in their losses, but there's certain specific losses, and this guy can be a beast versus almost anyone. Against John Jones, if that's the lasting impression we have on his career, hey, no harm, no foul. He came from football. He's very athletic. He's got the Von Prue choke going. You know what I mean? I actually like the underdog here against Tyson Pedro. I just think experience, more well-roundedness, I think he gets the job done. Goes?
I'm going to go against both of you guys, and I'm only going to do it for one reason, and that's consistency. That's the problem that I've always had with OSP. I think if you take the best OSP and the best Tyson Pedro, I would go with OSP, but we haven't had that consistency, so I'm going to go towards Tyson Pedro.
And how about this? We're joined by UFC lightweight Beneil Dariush. She's joining us here on this co-main event breakdown. Who do you like between Tyson Pedro and OSP?
I gotta go with OSP. I think he's gonna fight a smart fight. I think he's gonna take his time, and I think it's gonna be a decision as well.
And how valuable is that experience that we were talking about when someone's just shared the cage with some of the big names at the top, while another guy's got that trajectory, but he's still climbing?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think if Pedro wins, it'll be in the early minutes of the fight. But I think OSP can drag this out, and I think he can finish it at the end or just finish with a decision.
All right, folks, there you have it. There's our co-main event breakdown of UFC Fight Night 132 out in Singapore between Ovin St. Preux, we call OSP here on the show, versus Tyson Pedro.